Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel where we explore the most fascinating legends from around the world. Today, we're diving into a timeless Vietnamese myth, the epic clash between Sun Tin, the mountain god, and Tu Tin, the sea god. It's a story of love, rivalry, and the very forces of nature. Our story begins in ancient Vietnam, during the reign of the 18th Hung King. He had a daughter, Princess Mai Wang, renowned across the land for her breathtaking beauty and gentle heart. The king adored her and was determined to find a husband who was truly worthy of her hand. One day, two extraordinary suitors arrived at the palace to ask for Mai Wang's hand. The first was Sun Tin, the lord of the high mountains. He possessed incredible powers. Wherever he pointed, lush green forests and towering mountains would rise from the earth. He was a force of creation, a master of the land itself. The second suitor was Tu Tin, the lord of the deep seas. His powers were just as formidable. He could summon wind and rain with a single command and make the ocean swell to touch the sky. He was a master of water, powerful and untamed. The king found himself in a difficult position. Both men were immensely powerful and equally deserving. How could he possibly choose between the lord of the land and the lord of the sea? He consulted his royal court, but no one could offer a clear solution. After much thought, King Hung devised a challenge. He announced, "You are both exceptional, but I have only one daughter. Therefore, the first one to bring me the wedding gifts I request will win her hand." The list of gifts was no ordinary one. It included a 9-tusked elephant, a 9-spurred rooster, and a 9-maned horse, along with 100 plates of sticky rice and 200 traditional rice cakes. This was a test of not just power, but also resourcefulness and speed. At the crack of dawn the very next day, Sun Tin arrived at the palace. Using his divine abilities, he had gathered all the legendary offerings. He presented the 9-tusked elephant, the 9-spurred rooster, and the 9-maned horse, along with all the food. The king was overjoyed, and true to his word, he gave his blessing for the marriage. Sun Tin joyfully took his new bride, Princess Mai Wang, back to his mountain kingdom. Shortly after, Tu Tin arrived, his own incredible gifts in tow, but he was too late. When he saw that Sun Tin had already won the princess and taken her away, he was consumed by a furious rage. His heart filled with jealousy and a desire for revenge. Blinded by anger, Tu Tin unleashed his full might. He summoned terrifying storms, called upon gale-force winds, and commanded the sea to rise in a catastrophic flood. He led his aquatic army in hot pursuit of Sun Tin, determined to reclaim Mai Wang. The water level surged, swallowing villages, drowning fields, and destroying homes. It was a terrifying display of the sea's wrath. But Sun Tin, the mountain god, stood his ground. He would not let Tu Tin harm his wife or his people. As the floodwaters rose, Sun Tin used his magic to raise the mountains even higher. For every inch the water surged, the mountains grew a foot. He created new hills and earthen barriers to hold back the relentless tide. The two gods battled for months on end. The world trembled as mountains clashed with waves, and the sky roared with thunder and rain. It was a war between the very elements of land and water. In the end, Tu Tin, exhausted and unable to overcome the ever-rising peaks, was forced to retreat. He had lost the battle, but he never lost his hatred. The grudge remained, a bitter wound in the sea god's heart. And so, it is said that every year, Tu Tin returns. He raises the waters and unleashes storms and floods upon the land, attempting to defeat his old rival once and for all. And every year, Sun Tin stands firm, raising the mountains to protect the land. This ancient legend is how the Vietnamese people have explained the annual monsoon and flooding season for generations. A timeless, epic battle between the mountain god and the sea god. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into Vietnamese mythology. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button. And do UNT forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss our next adventure into the world's greatest legends. See you next time.